Sam, the big fights coming up, Jermell Charlo versus Canelo. I know there was a lot of controversy behind it, with Jermall and everything like that. Now that it's been confirmed, tell me your thoughts about this fight.
First, I thought to myself that he was going to fight Jermell Charlo.
Yeah.
And then I guess, a few days into it, or maybe a little while longer, realized it was going to be Jermell. And at first, I was thinking that maybe, it was going to be a huge, like maybe Canelo was too big for him. But, I see the height, I see that. But of course, Canelo's more of a 168 pounder. He's already fought at 175, and it is what it is. If this is his first out of his 3-fight contract with PBC, then honestly, I can't wait to see who the second and third fight is. But I was really hoping it was Jermell, but he wasn't ready. So now we're here to deal with Jermell, and it is what it is, man. It's two undisputed fighters.
I know you've wanted Canelo to fight Charlo pretty much since pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And now that it's here, does it still have that fire for you?
No, because it's the wrong Charlo.
Okay.
I wanted him to fight the bigger Charlo, the undefeated Charlo. And now he's fighting Mel, and I just feel that regardless if Canelo wins or whatever, people are gonna be like, he fought the smaller Charlo,
Right.
and it's like, we can get into it, but I just feel like it's a lose type of situation, and not there's a lot of people that are already counting out Jermell Charlo from winning this fight. Everybody's saying that Canelo's going to smash him. So what are we doing?
Yeah. But let's be honest here. The last 10 years that Canelo has dominated since he lost to Mayweather, we've all expected that. We've all expected Canelo to knock out every single one of his opponents. And, I've talked about this to death already in this podcast. If he doesn't knock him out, people are thinking he's slowing down or he's getting washed up. That's part of being the face of boxing. You don't live up to an expectation. If you just want to teach boxing lessons, you're considered slowing down, especially nowadays, versus maybe pre-2013, that before that, where boxing lessons was considered an art. Now it's more like, well, we want the KO. We're into that instant gratification. Maybe that's a social media thing. I don't know. But I'm with you, man. I don't want this fight for Canelo. I think it's a lose-lose, like you say. Man, I got to be honest with you. I've never really bought into the Charlos, even pre pandemic. When they were coming up, when Jermell was fighting Harrison, when he lost in that Christmas, was it 2018, 2019, something like that? And hey guys, Trey here. If you love today's controversial episode and you want to see our channel grow, please drop a like, subscribe, and also comment. Sam and I are always going back and forth with those commenters on our controversial topics and opinions, and we love it so much. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, most importantly, so our channel can grow and we can give you guys the best content as possible. Sam and I were always uploading multiple videos a week, and we want to continue doing that, and we need your help. So go ahead and subscribe, guys. And most importantly, like I always say, don't forget to stick and move, baby. I never really bought into both of them because I think their style lends into being exposed. And I think the kind of fighter that Canelo is, with his extreme patience and, of course, his body work, I'm with the fans that Canelo is going to dominate this fight. And I don't like this fight for Canelo because where's the win-win on this? You know what I'm saying?
And then Jermell is like Canelo's biggest fan. Yeah. I mean, the Charlos were at Canelo's every single fight. They were there. I mean, they were. You know, you could see it. You know, Jermell respects Canelo too much, and
Mhm.
and I mean, I got a feeling what's going to happen in this fight is that Jermell is going he's going to respect Canelo too much, man. He's going to
Right.
respect Canelo way too much, and he's going to feel what it is. I mean, he's going to feel what it is to get a body shot from Canelo, you know,
Mhm.
and it's going to be all body work for Canelo, man.
Right. Right.
I don't see it going 12 rounds. I think that the referee is going to stop it around the 10th round, and and it is what it is. What credit is Canelo going to receive from this? Honestly, what
Well,
is he getting out of this?
speaking out of that, that's kind of the controversial part. I just mentioned right now, I don't want Canelo fighting this because none of his fans or none of the Canelo haters, they're going to throw that in there. Oh, he jumped up 2 classes to fight. He didn't even have a tune up fight, which nobody does, even though back in the day that was part of boxing. When you're moving up classes, always take a tune up. Um, this is a legacy fight for Canelo. This is one of those 5, 10 years from now when when he's already retired or when he just retires, you look back at his record and you're gonna see the names. It's kind of like Mayweather, right? We see the names. We see Cotto. We see Mosley. We see De La Hoya. We see Pacquiao. We know, like, for the regular boxing fan who's not really well, for the regular person who's not really a boxing fan, who's maybe just heard of the big names,
A
when they
casual,
look at
yeah.
Mayweather, yeah, casual. When they look at Mayweather's record, they're like, "Wow, look at those all champions." But the real boxing fans, we know the legacy where those boxers were when they fought Mayweather. And I think that's kind of what Canelo is going for. When you look at Canelo's resume, 5, 10, hell, 20 years from now, we're going to see the names. Oh, he fought Jermell. Maybe he fights both Charlos. Oh, he fought Mosley. He fought Austin Trout. He fought Mayweather. It's just, I think it's more of a legacy fight where the majority of people that look into those things, the casuals, they're going to just look at the names and be amazed by that and be like, you know what? Maybe Canelo was greater than we thought. So I think this is work going more towards that direction where it is a legacy fight, more or less. That's just
Yes,
my opinion.
and this is look. He is the face of boxing. Canelo's the face of boxing. Nobody
100%.
nobody could dispute that. Who's going to get a
Right.
contract like that? $100+ million for a 3 fight
Hmm.
contract. You don't give
Right.
that to just anybody.
Right.
And PBC, Al Heyman, they know that Canelo will win this fight.
Right. Right.
And I think that that's why, you know, in my opinion, the way I've seen the press conference is
Mm,
Canelo's calm and collective, man.
mm.
You know, he's cool in this one. You know,
Right.
it's like you could see it almost. He knows he's gonna
Mm,
dominate, and you could see the fear in Jermell. He's telling
hmm.
everybody, trying to sell the fight, and you see those big old shoes that he was wearing just to look taller, just to sell the fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, just to look huge. And you know, everybody knows, PBC knows the contract's on the line. They're confident Canelo's gonna win. So are we. Um, it is what it is. This is what's given to us. And pretty much everybody's already talking about what Canelo's going to do next.
You
They're already
know,
looking ahead of Jermell.
right, right. And that can catch Canelo. So look, I saw that weigh in. I remember you called me, "Hey man, did you watch the weigh in?" And I hadn't yet. I saw little highlights of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. And you and I have talked about the Charlos before. I think that Jermell and Jamal, when they created their list of accomplishments that they want to do before they retire, I think one was, of course, preserving that undefeated record. But I think the other one, the top of the list, was Canelo. And because they were always in the 140s, 147, 154, 160 range, and Canelo was always jumping up classes, I think they put it away that they would ever fight Canelo. And now that this window has come up, I honestly feel like this is Jermell's biggest. In other words, he's scratching off. He has a potential to scratch off his hit list of what he wants to do, whether he wins or loses. Because I see that too, man. His body language, it's like he's standing in front of the guy he respects the most. And it reminded me of when Canelo was doing the weigh-in with Kovalev. Kovalev was so cordial. Now I know European fighters are mostly different than that. But I just saw Kovalev being like, he had that body language, like, yes, sir. Yes, like he was just happy to be there. And I already knew instantly, oh, Canelo's gonna win this fight. That's the way I took that weigh in as well. So let me ask you this before we transition. What if Canelo goes the distance and it's let's say a 8-5 kind of fight, or I'm sorry, 8-4 kind of fight, where where a couple of rounds could have gone either way. What is Canelo's? Let's say Canelo still wins. What is that legacy? Does that take a hit?
No, it doesn't. I don't think so. I think him winning 8 rounds out of 4, out of whatever 12 rounds, right? 8-4. We already know how Canelo fights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Billy Joe Saunders, like Caleb Plant. They get ahead on points. Canelo ends the fight with body shots.
Right.
There's only so much that the opponent could withstand. But no, I don't think this is going to tarnish him at all. People know that this is a money grab for Charlo. This is a money grab. They need the money. They got a lot of things going on in the back, and I just feel that there's so many distractions for the Charlo family that this is a huge money grab, and they know it. They know it. And if it goes 8 and 4 rounds for Canelo, it doesn't tarnish Canelo at all, man. I mean, it just doesn't.
I actually kind of disagree. Let's just say if Canelo loses this fight, I honestly think that people are going to say, well, he's been done since Bivol, or he's been done, trying to go up and down 175. Like maybe that took that wear and tear on him, which I actually do believe. If he loses this fight, or it's a close fight and he gets the win, I think, honestly, man, it's just one of those where Canelo, depending on the way he goes down, he's not going to be that cash cow anymore. Maybe for a couple of fights afterwards, but if it's like dominating where Charlo he's too quick using the ring, generalship, that kind of thing, which I doubt 100%. I think they're just going to say, okay, well, Canelo has a certain kind of fighter that he cannot match with. And Canelo is just going to be put into the back burner. That's 2 fights he's lost in 4 or 5 fights. So I think this will be the start of the decline. But I will say this. Canelo looks great.
He looks amazing.
I know, he's not losing weight, but he looks more in shape than he kind of reminds me of the body shape he was in when he fought Triple G the first time and the second time.
Yeah.
Where he was just so lean and cut.
Bro,
I think
he looks like a prime Canelo, bro.
Yeah, he does. And he looks hungry too.
Yeah.
He's hearing the chatter. Every time he's getting interviewed now, they're always asking him, are you done? Are you getting slow? Are you getting aged out? Is age catching up to you? He's hearing that. Don't get it twisted. I know Canelo is like, he tries to be cool and calm and stoic, but he's a guy that responds to what the media and what people are saying.
Yeah.
And they're saying that he's looking slower, that he's not as lean as he used to be. And I think he's taking that into account. I think he's taking Jermell very seriously. And I think you're right. For me personally, I think he's going to go down. Charlo's going to go down in the 3rd round, straight up body shots. Don't be surprised if Charlo goes down 2 to 3 times in this fight before they call it.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to boo him out of there. And I say it's going to be the 10th round referee stoppage. I think that he's just going to take a battering. I don't know. I don't know if Charlo's going to withstand Canelo's punches. I mean, he almost went down with Castano, and he didn't. He got floored, didn't he, by Tony Harrison? What
did.
happened?
And
I'm
well,
trying to recall the
with
Tony Harrison fight.
Castano, look, Castano, he's flat-footed, man. He is flat-footed. Canelo has bounce. He has that bully style, and most
The IQ.
the IQ. He has a phenomenal defense, and I don't think this is going to be a fair fight. People are going to either look at it as Canelo just bullied a smaller guy. Kudos to Jermell Charlo for jumping up 2 weight classes, but I think it's going to look like Earl Spence when he fought Mikey Garcia, except I think Charlo's going down for sure.
Yes, 100%.
So,
I agree.
I am the greatest. I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.